So RET is a well-established oncogene that is seen less than 1% across all tumor types. It is seen 1 to 2% in lung cancer patients, 50% of a form of thyroid cancer called medullary thyroid cancer, and 100% of another form of medullary thyroid cancer called hereditary thyroid cancer, and 10 to 20% of another cancer called papillary thyroid cancer. So far, as you know, precision oncology has benefited patients with EGFR, ALK, and ROS1 aberration, but precision oncology approaches have not benefited patients with RET gene aberration. We did not have a highly potent selective RET drug. So this drug, BLU-667, is a designer drug that selectively targets the RET pathway alteration, the RET genes. So this is the initial results of ARROW, the first in human phase 1 study of BLU-667, the potent RET inhibitor across all RET-altered cancers. Initial data in the dose escalation of the study showed broad and robust clinical activity in patients with multiple RET alterations. So this drug has broad activity regardless of the tumor type, regardless of the type of RET alteration, regardless of prior therapies that include chemotherapy, immunotherapy, and multi-kinase inhibitor therapy, and also regardless of the number of prior therapies. 84% of all evaluable patients had some form of radiographic regression. The overall response rate in RET fusion positive non-small cell lung cancer is 50%. The overall response rate in medullary thyroid cancer RET altered patients is 40%. And across the board in RET altered cancers, the response rate is 45%. This is highly encouraging for a phase 1 study. Absolutely. For a phase 1 study, it's mainly safety and toxicity. The good news is that we did not see any grade 4 or grade 5 toxicities with this drug. Most of the toxicities were grade 1 and definitely tolerable. And the adverse events was 16% across the study, which is very reasonable for a phase 1 study. So as of today, we completed the phase 1 dose escalation study. So now we have the safety and toxicity of this compound, and we have a dose. The dose is 400 milligrams orally every day. As you know, in cancer patients, once a day dosing is easier than 2 or 3 times dosing. And the global expansion phase 2 portion of the study is open and enrolling globally. Absolutely. This is a great question. So patients, in our war against cancer, we need to divide and conquer. And RET, with this study, has become one of the targetable alterations. So even if it's 1 to 2% of non-small cell lung cancer, these patients have fantastic responses from this drug. So we hope that patients get molecularly profiled, and so not for just this therapy, but for any targeted therapy, so that they can be enrolled in clinical trials that offer targeted therapies. The results so far have been highly encouraging for a phase 1 clinical trialist and a drug developer, and we hope to continue to see this activity in the expansion portion of the study.